Well, I would really like to thank you folks for having me here. I really want to thank Marjorie and Marilyn and the pro-life women that have the courage to come up against the media, Hollywood, the whole kit and caboodle. We met Marjorie about a year and a half ago through, at that time, Congressman Steve Daines, which I really want to thank. And Marjorie came up, never knew me from Adam, and gave me an hour and a half of her time when I came to Washington. And my wife told me one time, she says, instead of just cussing at the television, if you don't like it, just go do something about it. So, yeah. I'm sitting at the end of this aisle in Costco, of all places, which I hate shopping, and here is Congressman Daines, and we got to talking, and 2 weeks later, I'm sitting in Marjorie's office, and I cannot say, as a rancher, as a hunter my whole life, in front of my house, 3 days ago, there was over 400 head of elk, and watching them go down through there, and seeing these baby calves, as a rancher, seeing baby calves, I can't imagine how we could get to the point where we're saying we're worse than animals. It's just unbelievable. But anyway, I'd like to thank the Susan B. Anthony list and those that are dedicated to save lives, to protect the unborn, and the most innocent among us, and for having me here. And I'm really pleased to see and hear of the new candidates coming out for presidency, that they all encourage pro-life and conservative values, and it gives me hope, to see that they're willing to take on the negativity of the press and what's not popular, and come against a falling of secular values, and to protect, the silent majority, and, people that can't help themselves. And it's, I was talking to Senator Daines before dinner here, and if you can't trust your mother, who in the world can you trust? It's like Christ to his people. If you can't trust this, there's no place to go from there. And when you hear these people come up and give you all these excuses, it ends at that. And you folks, and I hear I've been political my whole life, and when you see folks that are coming here and they don't apologize for what they believe in, and it is so refreshing. And that is what makes me come behind this and really stand behind this. So, I guess seeing, a group of people, and Marjorie, and the enthusiasm that she has and the dedication she has to put these things together, to stay when the crowd's gone, to keep going. And Marilyn Musgrave, we met her last year. Actually, today, it was a year ago, and we had to dinner with Congressman from Spokane also. And we came home with the thought, you just can't believe, there's a woman of faith and morals, and it is so encouraging to know there's still people like this out here, and because it does get discouraged, I scan past Rachel Maddow as fast as I can get by, and not to give her the credit that I actually looked, but when you see this going on, and see, like Senator Ernst now, that they're willing to take some hits for what they believe in. It just gives us the ability to say, I'll get behind you. I'll do what it takes to help you through this, and get through the kind of the rough spots. So in our business, everybody used to think, going ranching is getting up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, go for a ride, take your money to the bank. It's not like that, so. It's Maryland has been kind of this shining light on the hill. That when you see this award tonight, see and you listen to what she does, and the effort, and the time, and the emotion that she puts into what she does. It's just so. It is so neat to see. We ran into her at the deal in January when Senator Daines got put into office and ran into it. And it's like there's a breath of fresh air knowing that you are out there fighting for those that can't defend themselves. And we just love you to death. You know, it's just unbelievable. So, you know, coming across, you know, seeing the time after Congress and everything that she's out of office, you know, she's now, SBA has put Marilyn into chair, you know, as the chief lobbyist for this organization, the SBA. Susan B. Anthony, the vice president of the government affairs, she's up there taking the heat, and it's really encouraging to know that, you know, it's kind of like in our business, you know, you got to have a little bottom, you know, if you're riding a saddle horse, you know, and she doesn't quit, you know, and I just really like that. And then, you know, I used to call you Joni or Senator Ernst. When I was watching, you know, you sit there and you're watching you through the political cycle and seeing these guys beating you up, you know, and you're trying not to get angry. And, you know, my wife's always telling me, you got to keep a good attitude. You know, you can't shoot everybody. But how, you know, how you have dealt and come up, you know, with and stood by, you know, and let the left wing, the media, and the pro-choice. I ran into a senator the other day in LA. I was actually taking my kids home from vacation with my wife in LA, or I was in Hawaii, and I ran into a senator, a pro-choice senator, and I just asked him, I said, you know, how do you feel about, you know, this pain capable bill getting, you know, run off like that? And he says, well, what are you talking about? And I says, well, you know, so I told him about Marjorie. He had never heard of Marjorie Dannenfeld. So I'm saying, are you kidding me? And you know, and all of a sudden he just got busy, literally got up and started walking off. And I says, so now we're not even talking about abortion. I'm talking about late-term abortion. And he literally, I mean, you've never seen somebody have to go to the bathroom so fast. He was out of there. It was amazing, and I don't even want to say his name because everybody knows him here. And but it's frustrating to me. So, but with Joni, Senator Joni Ernst, you know, she has taken this fight. She's represented Iowa. She's represented women that think that. That is what I love about the Susan B. Anthony, because I had a kind of an issue coming into this deal, thinking, because I'm not really a huge feminist, thinking that, you know, what's this deal? But to have a support group, you know, like her husband, her family, and supports a state who could best represent pro-life than a lady, you know. My goodness, you know, when you got baby calves, and his mother, you know, betrays you. We have grizzly bears. I kid you not. They'll literally, because I used to live on the side of a grizzly preserve. They'll give their life to defend their cubs. And these ladies out here and these conservative women are out there just taking the fight to the enemy. And we just love you to death for that. You know. You know, the other thing is we come from kind of a military family, and to know and listen to the history behind Senator Ernst with the 20 years in the military, and you know, watching the computer and seeing all the negativity, you know, that they try to beat you up. It doesn't matter if it's the truth. And to see that she spent 20 years in the military. You know, she's the first senator ever as a lady to be coming into the Senate. She's covered more ground, and that, you know, it is, Iowa could not be more proud. I mean, to get rid of, you know, Mr. Harkin, that's, you know, I won't go there, but anyway, and, you know, to see, you know, the the confidence that Susan B. Anthony has in Joni is to give her over $500,000 with other in the primary. You know, it shows that she wasn't going to let you down. She was behind this organization, and that is anybody can be a pro-life when the going's good. She was the pro-life when the going wasn't so good. Yeah, I mean, she was looking for votes, and I really commend you guys for getting behind Senator Ernst. She was the co-sponsor of the No Taxpayer Funding an Abortion Act, really huge supporter of the Capable Unborn Child Act, and it's going to go places. You know, people. I look at the youth today. I got a couple kids in college, and this idea of it doesn't matter to me or it doesn't affect me is really coming to an end quick. I see why Jesse Waters actually has that show now with Bill O'Reilly. But anyway, Montana's got two conservative leaders this last go around. I think the conservative movement and the pro-life movement is healthy. It's just that we just can't eat our own. I think you got to be cautious about that. I commend Ryan Zinke as our new congressman and Senator Daines, and I thank you for getting me to this place. And I really, really think that we got to keep a mind on that. We need God to bless America, and we really need God to bless the Susan B. Anthony list. And at this point, I want to want you to join me in congratulating Senator Joni Ernst as she receives the Marilyn Musgrave Defender of Life Award.